Vincenzo here. Warning, this video may contain content that some people might find offensive. And anytime I think it's offensive, I'll put text on the screen instead of saying the words. Here is my top 10 of what grinds my gears. Instead of being what was on the text, why can't it be all lives matters? Because every life matters. Now what colour you are, no matter what shade you are, if you're blue, green or orange, everyone should matter. Electric cars. I don't really have a problem with electric cars, just mainly it doesn't make any noise like petrol does. Petrol, you can hear coming down the road from a mile away near enough, especially if you put big exhausts on them and chav them up a bit and make them sound a lot noisier with big bore exhaust and all that lot. But going off topic there anyway, don't worry about that. Well, I was walking out the street one day and I almost got run over by an electric car. You just can't hear them coming down the road. And the other thing is, with all the amount of energy it takes to build one electric car, you can build 10 of the same car for the same sort of like price and the same sort of efficiency. And at the end of it, when a petrol car dies, you can just melt all the parts down and use them to remake another car. But with an electric car, if the electric car dies and you've got all these batteries, they have to be stored in a certain place, which makes it worse for the environment. So in a way, electric cars are not very good. Bad drivers. Well, if you want any example of bad drivers, please find my dashcam footage and you'll see my bad drivers on there. Fake people. Well, the reason why I'm saying fake people is because some people only go with certain people because they've got money or they look good or anything like that, but they're only doing it as an ego booster for themselves. Why can't people be friends with people because they just want to have friends? Why do they have to do it because either they've got money or they just look better looking than themselves and it's the only way to make themselves look more prettier? I'm not trying to be vain or anything, but it's pretty much true. Misunderstood. What do I mean by misunderstood? Well, people like myself, for example, I've got ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder, also known as Asperger's. But what I'm trying to say here is people just basically are not very nice to people that have got learning disabilities. They call us like thickos and weirdos and just horrible names like that. So why can't people just be more understanding of what autistic people are like, instead of just jumping on the bandwagon and just branding all of us as weird or strange, when some of us can probably do a better job than they can. Cigarettes, beers and vaping. Why have I grouped all them together? Because there's a reason for that. Because when you go into places like Tesco's or whatever the American equivalent of Tesco's is, I don't know if you've got a Tesco's in America, but go to the cigarette kiosk and they're all in plain boring greeny brown packets and they're all locked away behind a shutter. Which I don't understand that. If they're going to do that with cigarettes, why not do the same with beer and vaping? Well, vaping is about 95% healthier than cigarettes is, but beer, that's about as bad as cigarettes in a way, because they both kill, but cigarettes take a bit longer, because if you drink a lot of beers, you can get very pissed, and then when you get very pissed and you end up going behind the wheel of a car, bang, you can hit someone, instant, dead. I know it sounds a bit morbid, but it's true though. One of our mates had a severe accident because there was a bunch of drunk people behind the wheel of a car. He was driving down the road, come flying towards him. He had to end up putting it into the ditch. And he found out when he got to his work that those people left the work where he worked and they left his work completely plastered. So yeah, beer should be locked away like cigarettes are, and they should have a person manning the beer counter to make sure that people realise that beer and cigarettes are as bad as each other. Prices and sizes. What do I mean by prices and sizes? Well, in a minute I'm going to splashing up two images. One of them is of wagon wheels, what they used to look like back when I was younger, the size difference. And then next to it's a picture of what it looks like now. And also a packet of crisps called Space Raiders, where when I was younger, I remember them being 10p. But now, well, what I've seen on the internet, they're 30p. And yeah, I'm always going to be splashing up a picture of how they've gone up in over the years. And also with the 20p one and the 30p one, look at the bottom in the text and you actually notice that the size of the packets have actually shrunk, even though the bag is still the same size, but the contents have got smaller. And I've done that with everything. I've noticed Mars bars have gone down by about 20 or 30% over the years, and just random stuff like that. Face masks. Why am I holding up a face mask in my hand? Because most people I've seen going around the shops where I live don't even bother wearing one when you should do. You're in COVID times, and COVID is a virus which is really, really bad, and people have been dying of it. And I've noticed some people wear a mask like this. How's that going to protect you? Have people wear it like that, which that is not right. And have people wear it so they got it in the mouth like that and the bottom so they can still reach and get stuff, but it's not fully protected. And I've seen one video on the internet where, well, it was on TikTok, to say, and there's one person that said, "Excuse me, how do I put a face mask on?" And this woman goes like that, and she is like, "All right, thanks," and tries to put it on like that, which that is stupid. What you're supposed to do, at the top, there's a little metal bar. This is on disposable ones. On the non-disposable ones, you've got a pattern on the outside, which, as you see, this is two colours. But yeah, and on this, on there, you got where the string sticks out. That's the side that you're supposed to put towards your face if you're wearing a plain black one. All right, so you get the metal bar in the middle, bend it like that, pressing it up against your face, put one loop on, your second loop on, and then grab the bottom here and pull it like that. And that is how you're supposed to wear a face mask. If people don't understand, if you don't wear a face mask, then it's easier if you cough, sneeze, or anything like that, you will end up spreading the virus. Well, kids today get very bored. And what am I saying by this one is, when I was younger, we used to better go out more, have more of a laugh, and all that. But because of the internet has actually made people a bit more paranoid about more things, their kids have been kept indoors. Which, when I was kept indoors, all I had was like a basic console like a Commodore 64 and Pong and these little handheld things, which this is a Nintendo Game & Watch, which is the basic equivalent of what a Nintendo DS would be like nowadays, or the 3DS, if you get what I mean. And then you've got these little things, which is another like little games machine, a bit like the Game & Watch. They're like little LCD screens. But nowadays, kids have got like Nintendo Switches, which are like, you can have like 8 or 10 games on the go. You could have probably more than that, and it looks like 100 times better. You got like the Xbox One, you've got the PS5, you've got the Series X, you've got the PS4, and there's so much nowadays that kids can play with, especially if you're stuck indoors all the time. When I was younger, with my Commodore 64, if I wanted to play a game, I had to wait 20 to 40 minutes, sometimes even the full length of the whole side of a cassette tape. That's what they were on cassette tapes at the time. And yeah, I will end up putting a picture here of what a cassette tape looks like. So people that are younger watching this don't know what a cassette tape is, you'll see it. And yeah, it'll take ages to load, and you get like weird flickery screens and all that lightning. It takes ages for it to load. And kids just get too bored of just waiting a minute to 3 minutes for a game to load, when we had to wait like 30 to 45 minutes or so for a game to load. It's not like we didn't have the internet back then, so we couldn't go on there and watch videos on YouTube, which like what this is doing. We couldn't listen to music on the go. We had to basically get music from like our CD collection, which like over there sort thing, and put it on a CD player, and literally you had to buy the album. Also, I'm going to be attaching a video from a advert for Tomy handheld, machines a bit like this, but it's like a pair of binoculars, but you'll see it in the video in 2 seconds.
The astonishing Tomatronic 3D games. 3D thundering turbos. Only the most courageous driver can win. And 3D Sky Attack. Invading UFOs threaten to destroy a planet. They must be stopped. Tomatronic 3D games. Packed with 3D action. Only from Tomy.
Dog poo. People that own like dogs should pick up after themselves. Imagine if you've got a kid that's got cerebral palsy or is very clumsy, like someone that's dyspraxic, which is another form of like autism type thing, where people can't keep their balance and they're always falling over and they can't help it, and they end up landing and getting a face full of poo. It may seem funny, but it's not. You get it in your eyes, you can get weird things. If, say for example, if a kid fell over into a pile of cat poo, for example, you'll get this disease called toxoplasmosis, which is an ulcer of the brain, which I learnt that from a film called Trainspotting. Scammers. I just hate scammers. You go and like get a telephone call and you pick it up and you go, hello? Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I've had an accident in the last couple of years. And there's always like these accident people that like ring up and go, hi, have you had an accident in the last couple of years? And sometimes I just go, yeah, of course I have. Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Just to keep on going to see how long it goes. And then when they go, oh, what's your name, sir? I go, well, you should know my name. You rang me first. Or my favourite that I like to normally say is, oh, yeah, I had an accident. It was really bad. It still haunts me today. And they go, oh, what happened? I go, when I had to crash, I got scared so much, I ended up crapping myself. And there was poo everywhere. And I can't seem to get it out of my trousers. As soon as that happens, they put the phone down straight away. And that's quite hilarious. Fake advertising. What do I mean by fake advertising? Well, basically like, when you watch like a video that comes up for like Xbox and it goes, oh, at the bottom right hand side of the screen, for example, this is not actual game footage. If it's not actual game footage, why is it on there for? I know it's supposed to be promoting the game, but why not do like it did when I was younger with the previous Tommy advert? Going, for example, oh, this is the gameplay, this is what happens, this is how it is, blah, blah, blah. Why hype it up to make it seem like something it's not? And then when you get it home, you think, oh, great, I've got this brand new game. You put it on the console and you're like, oh, no, it's rubbish. Well, the next one is vegans. And I don't mean I don't like vegans. What I'm saying is they're worse than the Catholics. Try and force things down your throat. They say, oh, you've got to eat vegan because it's good for you. You've got to be vegan because it's healthier for you. Well, if I want to eat a double quarter pounder with cheese and bacon and a few bits of gherkin in it, why not? Or if I want to say, for example, go, oh no, I want to go KFC and buy a bonus banquet or popcorn chicken. Okay, that's what I want to eat. If they want to eat cabbage and lettuce and be like a bunny rabbit, then it's up to them. That's what they do. But yeah, what I'm saying by that is like, you eat what you want to eat. I eat what I want to eat. Yeah, that's it. Right, the next one is tattoo haters. And what do I mean by that? People that hate people that have got tattoos. Well, I've got a few tattoos, you can see. There's another one that's a bit hidden, but I'm not showing you that. And yeah, people come up to you and go, ugh, you've got a tattoo, that's disgusting. Jesus wouldn't like you doing that. I go, well, to be honest with you, I don't really believe in any religion. But yeah, but what I mean by that though is some people just saying, oh, that's disgusting. You can't have a tattoo and go to work. You can't have a tattoo and basically, what is it? Trying to think what some of them said now. Yeah. Don't you know that's ruining your body? Don't you know this is harming your health? And you're thinking, well, if I want to put a tattoo on myself, and it's up to me, if I want to spend money on myself buying tattoos, it's better than me buying tons of alcohol, tons of drugs, doing myself in and making myself very ill. At least I've got something to show for it at the end of the day. And the last one before I get to number one is people that are always on their phone like this when they're watching a film. And you're there watching a film and it's a really good one. And I'll give you an example, right? When I was living in temporary accommodation, and there was this bloke that basically used to come into the room where I used to live. He used to come in and was always stuck with his face in the phone, so he used to shout boobies just for a laugh. And he used to go, hey, what, where's boobs? And I'll go, well, if you basically didn't have your face in your phone, you would have seen the film and you would have spotted the boobs. But no, I'm not going to rewind the film because technically there weren't any boobs, but I didn't want him to know that. And yeah. Okay, number one. And what do I mean by this? Just people that get really offended. They get offended by people that just look at you weird. They get offended by certain words you say. And there's a reason why I've had to censor with what I've actually had to say with the text come up on the screen. Why on earth are we living in a world where every little word we want to say, we have to now use our brain and think, okay, we can't say that like we did back in the 80s or 90s, which I was in. And yeah, and they're starting to cancel TV shows. There's a talk that's supposed to be cancelling 40 Towers because of the German episode. But it's just a joke. If you can't take a joke like that, for example, with that programme, then why say cancel it in the first place? Why on earth go, oh, I don't like that? Well, if you don't like it, don't watch it, turn it off. Oh yeah, and a bonus bit, just to let you know, I'm going to be doing a small video of these, like a national style, where I basically play this against my sofa like that with a camera view in there, well obviously a lot closer, and I'll be giving it a play. just so you get to see what these little machines are actually like. And another thing is, one of them I bought on eBay, which is this one here, and it's got little like oil spills and rocks and things in the picture, which you'll see in the next video. And yeah, I'm going to splash his eBay account along the bottom here somewhere. And after that, I'm going to be playing some old retro games. If you've got any ideas of any games that I should play, please put it down in the comments below. And I'll see what I can do.